Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Linux News. Let's kick things off with some exciting kernel news. According to Fornix, the upcoming Linux 7.3 kernel is treating Intel's Nova Lake S processors and their integrated graphics as stable. This is a big deal because Intel's next-gen Nova Lake chips are expected to roll out around early 2027, and having solid Linux support ready to go from day one is exactly what we want to see. The preparation work is already underway, so when those new processors launch, Linux users will be ready to hit the ground running. This kind of upstream collaboration between Intel and the kernel community really shows how serious they are about Linux support. Sticking with GPU drivers, AMD has been making serious progress on HDMI 2.1 support in their Linux driver. As reported by Fornix, AMD engineers have posted new patches enabling auto low latency mode and HDMI variable rate refresh for the AMD GPU driver. This comes after previous work added HDMI 2.1 FRL and display stream compression support. What's happening here is AMD is methodically building out complete HDMI 2.1 functionality on Linux, which means better compatibility with modern high-refresh displays and gaming monitors. For anyone running a Radeon GPU on Linux with a fancy new display, these improvements are going to make a real difference in both performance and visual quality. Now, for something that'll make Linux gamers really excited, GOG Galaxy is officially coming to Linux. That's right, folks. According to its FOSS, the digital game store has hired someone specifically to bring their Galaxy client to the Linux platform. This is huge because GOG has been the go-to source for DRM-free games and older classic titles, and up until now, Linux users have been left out in the cold. With Galaxy coming to Linux, you'll finally have a native way to browse, download, and manage your GOG library without jumping through hoops. This is the kind of official support from major gaming platforms that shows how serious the industry is taking Linux gaming in 2026. In some interesting policy news, the GCC Steering Committee has taken a firm stance on artificial intelligence. According to its FOSS, the GCC compiler project has adopted a new policy that declines any legally significant code contributions made through AI or large language models. However, and this is important, test cases and other non-core contributions written by AI are still acceptable. The committee is taking a measured approach here, balancing the efficiency of AI tools with the legal and maintainability concerns of bringing AI-generated code into a critical open-source compiler that millions depend on. This policy is scheduled for review in early 2027 as the landscape around AI coding continues to evolve. It's a thoughtful decision that other projects are probably going to watch closely. Here's something that shows just how much Valve is invested in graphics driver innovation. According to Fornix, Valve has been sponsoring Collabora engineers to explore bringing the open-source RADV Vulkan driver to Microsoft Windows. Now, this is early-stage, exploratory work, but the idea is fascinating, taking a battle-tested, open-source Linux graphics driver and getting it working on Windows. While it's still very much in the experimental phase, this kind of investment in cross-platform, open-source graphics infrastructure is exactly the kind of long-term thinking that could benefit the entire gaming ecosystem. Valve has been a major force in making Linux gaming viable, and this move shows they're thinking even bigger about the future of driver technology. Let's talk peripherals for a second. Keychron, known for their mechanical keyboards, has built open-source firmware for their gaming mice. As reported by its FOSS, this firmware is built on the Zephyr RTOS and licensed under GPL 3.0, which means it's fully open and auditable. The Keychron G6 He gaming mouse is scheduled to ship with this open-source firmware next year. What makes this special is that it gives Linux users full control over their mouse behavior without proprietary software getting in the way. Keychron is clearly thinking about the broader Linux community here, and that's something we really appreciate. Open-source peripherals are a win for everyone who values transparency and control. Finally, let's end on something that's going to make handheld gaming even better. According to Fornix, the latest Steam Client Beta update brings HDR streaming capabilities to the Steam Deck OLED model, along with AV1 video streaming support. This means when you're streaming games to your Steam Deck, you're getting better image quality with HDR color support and more efficient video encoding. For anyone who uses Steam Remote Play or streams games between devices, this is a solid upgrade. The Steam Deck OLED's gorgeous display is finally getting the streaming features it deserves. This is the kind of continuous improvement that keeps the Steam Deck feeling fresh and competitive in the portable gaming space.